How are y'all doing this evening? Hello, Steve, if you're still here. Pork Chop, Ray, Alex, everybody. Look at Grandpa's taco cup up on his desk. Well, I got this cup. My usual taco casa cup has been fewer and further between since I have moved. And there is no taco casa where I moved. I have to drive a ways. Anyhow, hope y'all are doing well tonight. I hope the audio is working. I didn't even check it. I guess I can check it real quick. Can I hear myself? Yes, I can hear myself. Anyway, hope y'all are staying warm out there, man. I tell you what, it got cold here and it's getting colder. But let me turn this down. The product requires 2 photos to be taken. Could you send me them today? Oh yeah, I got plenty of those. Did a review on a L-shaped disc, and apparently I was supposed to take some pictures of it, but I got plenty of pictures of it because I got it posted on Marketplace. So I can do that as soon as I get through here. Anyway, I got. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Someone is running late. You know me. I'm always running late. If you're talking about me, it is 9:03 though, and I am here. So, anyway, uh, there was some. I am running late because I should have had this window open over here. I don't need in my EOS digital. I need in my stuff. And where did I put that? Where is Dash and Grandpa? There he is. The folder is what I'm looking for. 2025. What is your plan? No, we don't want. Where did I put those? There we go. There was some updates on. Yeah, that's it. Fashionably late. I'm always fashionably late. Blame my mama for that one. I don't know if she's here or not. If you are, Mom, hi. I haven't talked to her today. Anyway, there was some updates and some used to when you looked at the terms of use on the Spark app, you didn't have to scroll very far. Man, it is a lot of scrolling now. But there was some things I wanted to go over real quick, and then we can discuss whatever. Hang on. I got this heater. I was freezing. Had the heater sitting back over here behind me, and it was cold. And my hands were cold. And then I put it up there under the desk, and now it's hot. So anyway, oh, it shut off. I don't know if it got quieter to y'all too or not. Now these, I'm just going to open them as we go. These are going to be in no particular order. Actually, I probably could just open them all, couldn't I? And then we'll just flip through them. I see. I should have had all this done. If I was as professional like Steve is, I'd have had all this planned out and opened up. But he's been doing this longer than I have. I'm fly by my seat, fly by the seat of my pants. I can't even talk. Anyway, there was a few interesting things. Now there is a lot more. Oh, that was that one. There is a lot more on here on the new terms of use. This is just the things that caught my attention. And I actually read through them all, and it's a long list, y'all. So we are going to click through here. Never blame mom. Well, she'll probably tell you, she'll admit it. When we used to get ready to go to church, church started what at 9:45 for Sunday school, and about 9:50 we'd be leaving the house. Not every time, but in school. Of course, the school was a lot of my doings too, because I would just accidentally on purpose miss the bus. Anyway, we're going to jump into this. And the reason why I want to just jump into this, because if there's people watching the replay, they may not care anything about all the other gibber jabber we're going to be talking about. They may want to just come to see what I'm talking about as far as the updates on the terms of use. So we're going to jump right into that. Okay. Walmart reserves the right to deactivate your account or restrict you from accessing the Spark app in Walmart's sole and absolute discretion. Now, I read on Reddit and even on here, you hear people saying, I got deactivated and I don't know why. They should have to tell you why. And Walmart put it in their terms of service. They don't have to tell you diddly squat. They can say, out you go. You're no longer on the platform. They don't have to give you a reason, nothing. I think that is new. I don't remember reading that before. Maybe it was there, just worded differently. But anyway, so if you get deactivated, it may be because you took a left where you should have went to the right. There is something involved in that too. Now, I didn't intentionally mean to throw that one out there yet, but oh, I should have left that open and just went to the next screen. Oh my. Anyway, so you can get deactivated. Where is my cursor? You can get deactivated for no reason whatsoever, and they do not have to give you one. Let's see what this one says. I kind of highlighted, okay, down here. You agree to ring the receipt. Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of people don't want to ring the doorbell. And they say, you know, they ain't got time to do all that. How long does it take to ring a doorbell or knock on a door? Really? But now it is in the terms of use. You agree to ring the receiver's party's doorbell or knock on the door to notify the receiving party the delivery has arrived. And I cut this off unless otherwise instructed by the customer notes. You know, that's probably what it said. I cut it off. That was kind of obvious. But you are required to ring the doorbell. So, those folks that don't want to ring the doorbells, you're supposed to. Oh, here's one. You agree to show your unexpired valid driver's license issued by the state in the U.S., showing your name and your photo upon request by a Walmart associate or other retail associate. That would be if you're doing a shopping order, they can check your ID at the checkout stand. To verify your identity, paper license pictures and or digital copies or photos of your license or other documents may be insufficient to meet this service level standard. We may require that you upload a clear, accurate photo of yourself to aid in identity verification. Good job, Walmart Spark. Check everybody's IDs. Let's do it. I've started carrying my wallet in with me just in case, because I knew they was talking about it, but now they have it in the terms of service that a loader can check your ID if they so desire. They're not going to, but if they're instructed to by their supervisor, you know, they probably will. All right, moving right along. What did I highlight here? Appeals process. Walmart may terminate these terms of use by deactivating your Spark app account if your Spark app account is inactive. Is inactive for a prolonged periods of time, or if Walmart decides to no longer offer the Spark app on the program. So, for those who do not do Spark very often at all, they can deactivate you because of it. Now, I don't know how long it would take. I know Tim has mentioned that he hasn't done Spark in a while. I think Lisa mentioned it. A Pork Chop, I think, mentioned it. So y'all might want to turn it on and just go do one order. You know, it's up to you if you want to keep it going. I wonder if they will be following up with customers and asking if they rang the doorbell instead of the. Yeah, I seriously doubt it. Um, but if they do get a complaint from a customer that we didn't even know the order was delivered, we didn't hear those 3 or 4 notifications on our phone telling us that they were on their way, they were here, they were finished, they sent the picture. You get all kinds of notifications, but they may complain and say they did not know their order was delivered. I have been told that myself, that somebody was walking by and caught my eye. You think it's on this side, huh? Anyway, yeah, but I bet if the customer does call and complain on it, you very well could find yourself no longer on the Spark platform. I just had that happen the other day. The Spark representatives did that. They weren't supposed to ask me that. Oh, I should have read quicker. You're talking about they ask you for your ID. I had read on. I get a lot of news and stuff from Reddit posts, and people was complaining about it, and myself and a few others said that if you're complaining about showing your ID, there's a really good chance you're probably not running a legitimate account anyway. What did the rest of the terms say? If they don't answer, take it back to the store. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if it Spark, in case if most of y'all been doing Spark, but now Spark is doing like Uber, I guess, used to do anyway. I'm assuming they still do, with the 4-digit PIN code, and it would be just like the signing or ID verification. If they can't provide ID and they have to, or if they have to sign for it, you're supposed to take it back to the store. I know some people just sign it and go on. I don't do that, because that could be the way they're going to get their free stuff. They need to make it clear to the customer if you are not home to open the door. They need to make it clear to the customer if you are not home to open the door, then your order goes back. Yeah. Well, that would only be if they had to sign for it. If it's just a drop it, a no contact, then, and that was written in here. I don't think I got that, because that's kind of the way it's always been. Technically, there was also, if you're supposed to take it back if you had to be licensed, checked, or now with the PIN code. Um, but it clearly states that you have to be there to accept the order, because all you got to do is mark it customer unavailable, I believe is what it is. Inactivity. What's next? Liability. Oh, I actually had a question on this channel on one of the videos. It was talking about Walmart causing some major injuries and blah blah blah, and Walmart was not going to do it. They never actually said if they were at Walmart and they was just in the store, or if there was a driver. I assumed, since they were making a comment on this YouTube channel, that there was a driver. But I told them, you're not, and here it is. Right here in the terms of service, we are not responsible or liable for the actions or inactions of a receiving party in relation to you while conducting delivery services or permissive services. So, in other words, if you get dog bit, or if somebody jumps at that front door and beats the crap out of you, that's on you. Walmart's not liable. They got it right there. Oh, I thought it was dropping off. No, No, if it's just no contact, just ring the doorbell and you're gone. Um, what was that one little girl's name that had the YouTube channel? She lived out in Vegas. She was real dingy. She'd always talk to. I think National Across America does it too. Um, I can't remember her name. Little young girl with long dark hair. Anyway, she would ring their ring doorbells and she'd smile and say, "Thank you." I kind of picked up on that. I started doing it too. Oh well, But I think National Across America does that too. But anyway, yeah, you're supposed to, you're always supposed to ring the doorbell or knock on the door if they don't have a doorbell. If there's wires sticking out of that doorbell, don't touch them. They will shock you unless you want to grab one and grab the other one. And if you touch the wires, it'll make the doorbell ring. I wouldn't do that though for real. But then you just knock on the door. But yeah, if it's just leave it at the door, they don't have to come to the door. If they don't have to sign for it, don't worry about it. You did your thing, and that's on them. Now, I have had a few leave notes on there that to knock on the door and wait for them to come to the door. And I've had notes on there, knock like you're the police. Um, if you knock on the door, but we're going to get into something else here in just a minute. I think I saved it. We will find out. Where am I at? That's liability. Meet standards. Oh, yeah. Walmart reserves the right to consider a driver's adherence to service level standards when determining prioritization of offers. Oh, yeah. For example, drivers with higher customer rating metrics may be offered certain offers before drivers with lower customer rating metrics. You can learn more about the service level standards and and the My Metrics program, which helps you track key metrics by visiting the resources section, blah, 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 blah. So basically, if you have a low customer rating, somebody else may get this. I'm a 4.7, but it's in the orange still. So if somebody's a 4.7 and they're in the green, they more than likely going to get the offer before me. And now I really think it has to do with pretty much all your metrics, but there is another terms of service in here that covers that too. But well, I got to go back to that one because this one ties in with that one. The number of service offers you accept to perform is your choice. No minimum number is required. You may decide what days, times to perform the service offer subject to any on-time arrival and on-time delivery standards noted in each service offer, pickup locations, hours, laws regarding hours providing services. You will not accept service offers you do not intend to complete. Repeated acceptance and canceling of service offers, regular orders, may result in termination of this agreement, which means you're deactivated. So if you take an order, you better keep it. You can drop them occasionally. The thing that gets me is when you read all this put together, the last one said that your rating, or depending on your ratings, you may not get the offer that somebody with higher ratings. That was right along with this one too. So it honestly kind of sounded like, of course, right here it says there's no minimum. And there is no minimum. They cannot deactivate you if you don't take any. If you reject them all, they cannot deactivate you. But on the flip side of that, they can also not send you offers. I did Spark today and took my ID into the store, and they just looked at the app and didn't ask. Yeah, that's all they do at my stores is they'll look at the phone and the one Walmart here. The other two Walmarts, they don't do it. Just the one Walmart does, but they may supposed to all do it. It's just one of them following the rules and the other ones are not. But I always text the customer to let them know I was on the way with their Walmart order. I used to, and I mean, occasionally I would if it was out in the county because um, I don't want to go out in the county, out and be out in the boonies, and they've got a couple of Rottweilers or whatever. Even though they know their order's coming, they don't know exactly when, but the app should notify them. But I really don't mess with that now because you get 3 or 4 notifications. And I don't know if you've been around. I don't know when you got on here, Tim, and howdy, by the way. But covered one while ago that I know I think you had said you hadn't done Spark in a while because you've been doing catering orders, but they can deactivate you if you don't do orders. That doesn't say how long you have to go. You might go a week or 2, but if you go like a month or so, they could deactivate you if you're not actively logging on. Anyway, I don't know if you have to take an order, but at least log on. No minimum. Okay, this one is going to get some people, and all this stuff is my interpretation. Y'all can read them yourself, and you might get another deal. I think you did one in July. You might ought to turn the Spark on and see if you're still active. But this I just got this the other day. Now, it may come out in different areas, but this right here is going to, my interpretation, business disruption. You agree you will not engage in any activity that results in a disruption to Walmart's operations or the operations of other businesses associated with the services. Now, I don't know what y'all get from that, but if you were picking up a Spark order and you get a DoorDash order or an Uber order on your way to the drop-off, you may say, hey, I'm going to stop in at Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever and pick up that order and keep going. I can stack orders, I'm multi-apping. Well, don't forget, they can track you on the GPS and they know where you stop and what you're doing. So technically speaking, if you stopped at McDonald's or wherever to pick up a DoorDash or Uber order or whatever, technically you are disrupting the Walmart's operations. So, if they really, really wanted to get picky on it, if you're multi-apping, they could probably deactivate you for that because that's in there now. This is one of those I don't think was in there before. It may have been, but I don't think so. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. Y'all may interpret it differently, but it would be disrupting. I mean, there's going to be times where, and this is something else. There's one other thing. I think it's the next thing down there that I don't quite agree with, because if you're on your way to deliver something, especially if you really need to go to the bathroom and you got to stop in McDonald's or Taco Bell or wherever to use the bathroom. Granted, maybe you should have used the bathroom before you went to pick up the order or whatever, but nevertheless, emergencies come up, things come up. Sometimes we have bladder issues, and when you got to go, you got to go. So if you stop to go to the bathroom, they might consider that disrupting. But I don't think it would be a big deal if it was occasionally, but I think if you did it all the time, like if they saw you going to Taco Bell and then you dropped by Jack in the Box and then you dropped by a house and then you went somewhere else and then you made it finally to the Walmart delivery, that's definitely disrupting. So I don't know. The other thing down there is you agree not to falsely mark items as unavailable when the items were actually in stock and available while completing a shopping service. That one, I understand where they're coming from. However, just because the Walmart app shows it in stock, and I have had them check stuff that showed the product in stock was not on the shelf and they couldn't find it in the back room. It walked off. That's obvious. But, and there again, I think it's going to be kind of like that other one of disrupting services. Unless it happened a lot, I don't think much is going to be said, but it is in there. But how are they going to say that a store is has it in stock when you go shop that order? Just like in produce, say there's nobody working produce, you go to get some avocados. The table's empty of avocados. You mark it out of avocados. They're out, and 30 minutes later, the produce person comes back from their lunch break or whatever, and then they stock them. It's not your fault. You don't have time to sit around and wait. So I don't really totally agree with them on that, but I do understand where they're coming from because I have known of a couple of people doing Walmart Spark shopping orders, and the product was on the other side of the store, and they didn't go to the other side of the store to get it. They just marked it unavailable. Anyway, so that one's kind of a gray line, in my opinion, but I did not spark any in 2024, and I'm still active. I just get the app and verify my ID on occasion. I just did it, and these terms came up. Terms came up. That's what mine did the other day, and I think it was Monday. I believe it was Monday when mine came up, and you had to. And it's a long list. Like I said, used to you could scroll just a little bit, and you could get through that list, but not anymore. Let's see, multi-app. I named all these. No minimum. We went to that one. Personal info. This is kind of. I'm taking this. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but in relations to people doing YouTube, because there's a DoorDasher that used to, I think he's in the St. Louis area. I mean, he's a cool guy and all, but he would put out some information and stuff on people. And anyway, there's more things going on. But anyway, you agree not to make available content in connection with the Spark app. And if you're making a video, you might inadvertently show something like personal information of even your own. If you show contains your full name or any other confidential, personally identifiable information of yourself or others, is a violation of terms of use. So if you're making a video and you accidentally hit a screenshot or go by your car tags on your vehicle, you're going to have to be careful because they may start cracking down on social media stuff. Just the FYI for those people that make videos. I didn't say nothing, Tim. There is something else here in just a minute that is kind of right up that alley. Here it is. Is violent or threatening or promotes violence against or actions that are threatening to any individual or group. Now, I never heard anybody actually threaten anybody, but questioning it and probably making them feel really uncomfortable. That customer could easily say they felt threatened. So there you go. Don't be threatening them because they didn't give you a tip. What was that? Was it a Spark driver or a DoorDash driver? Somebody, I, I, I just heard of it. They stabbed the customer like 4 or 5 times because they didn't give them a tip. That's crazy. Well, Tim, I think it's that guy who used to talk crap about Pedro. Oh, actually, Tim's got it right, and I like National Treasure's a little arrogant, but that's cool. I mean, he's got the right, you know. But I know he used to say he was the fastest. Nobody was faster than him doing Walmart shopping orders. And probably faster than me, but I've seen a couple of people in Walmarts here that are extremely rude. And the only way you can be the fastest or even super fast is to be extremely rude to customers. Because I've seen a couple here that would run over people, push people. I got pushed out of the open the freezer door, reaching for something, and they come up between me and the product to grab their stuff. Oh, excuse me, and grabbed it and went on. And that is the only way you can be extremely fast. You can be fast. I can get an order shot pretty quick, but I wouldn't be saying I am the fastest. You know, of course, it's clicks and views and dramas. But the guy personally, I don't have anything against him. He's pretty cool, but just I don't know. I wouldn't not go shoot a game before with him and hang out. That wouldn't bother me. Just everybody's different, got different ideals. There's nothing there. But anyway, just be careful on making people feel threatened. And I got one more that I wanted to cover, and this is, and I see this a lot, and it's nothing personal against anybody that might have their pets with them. I mean, it also says kids, and I agree, but I disagree on that one. Anyway, I do agree with this one. And free from contamination by pets, pet hair, smoke, or other contaminants. I don't care how good of a dog you have, how often you groom that dog, how often you take that dog to have it groomed, they shed. Every dog sheds a little hair. Maybe not. Some dogs, I looked that up one time, and some dogs only shed like 2 or 3 times a year. Some of them shed daily, but no matter what it is, we shed. You know, my unfortunately my hair falls out, especially right up there. But anyway, um, I see it all the time. People's got their dogs jumping back from the front seat to the back seat, and people's stuff's getting put in the car, and the loaders. Oh, how cute, and all this, and that's hmm. How you doing, Gator's Playground? Grandpa Gator is another shopper. I sent him your link about. Oh, okay, cool. Howdy, howdy. That, like I said, some of these terms of service was probably there, but there's quite a few of them that I don't believe was there before, and they are now. Hello, Presley. People are taking their pets everywhere these days. Health departments should start putting their foot down. It's a health code violation. I tell you what, you want to tick people off real quick, get on Facebook on the rants and raves and let somebody talk about somebody who's had their dog in the store. And if you say something about it, man, they will be all over you like stink on, like flies on, or you know what I'm saying? They're going to be all over you. I wound up just ignoring comments because I honestly, and I don't, get why people need to take their dog to Walmart. And they say, "Would you leave your kids at home?" Well, that's not a kid, it's a dog. I don't care what kind of dog it is, what your relationship is with it. It's a dog. I'm sorry. Period. It's a dog. Being cruel to an animal, no, absolutely not. But if you are blind and it's a seeing eye dog, 100% for it. But because somebody has some kind of mental, it's lack of, I don't know, a social, what do they call that? For comfort or whatever. That's just a lame excuse to take your dog with you. But back on this one, before we get too far from that one, this last one on the pets up there, it was talking about uh, smoke free. Well, one, I don't think I highlighted it because I don't really totally agree with it. It's talking about having your kids with you. And while it is against the terms of use to have a small child with you, can have a kid with you if they're big enough to sit in the car by themselves, you know. And like my grandkids, my youngest granddaughter, that would be iffy. She's in second grade, I believe. That one would be iffy, but like my older granddaughter and grandsons, they're old enough, you know, seventh, eighth, ninth grade, sixth grade. But I do get it because a lot of people are doing this because they can't afford childcare because childcare is expensive. So I get it 100%. And I personally wouldn't turn anybody in for having their kids with them. I just hate to see them get deactivated because of it, because that may be the only source of income they have. And at least they're out there trying to make some money and not just living off the government completely. They may be getting assistance, and nothing wrong with that at all. But they're trying to make some money. So I get having your kids with you, your toddlers, but I also understand Walmart to a degree. But now that I'm saying that, they just said that they are not liable. You are 100% liable. So, you know, it's a catch 22 there. I don't know. Yeah, support animal support. No, yeah, pet stores is where I don't mind seeing people taking their pets. And, you know, there's a lot of places you can take your pets, but a restaurant, can you imagine? I don't know if they have on the borders where y'all live, you know, this Mexican food restaurant, but the majority is maybe other restaurants, but the main aisle, there's tables on each side of the aisle, and you're walking down the middle, and I have seen people with their animals in there, and I don't agree with that at all, and I don't agree with having them around food. You know, back when I was growing up, people would be smoking and picking out their lettuce and stuff, their tomatoes, and ashes are dropping down into the fruits, you know, and they put an end to that. And then they started letting people take the dogs in the stores. And granted, most every dog that I have seen in Walmart, they've minded well. It's not that, you know, it's not that they're barking. I've heard a couple of dogs bark, but it was just because of other dogs and the people let them get too close together. But the majority of the time, the dogs are well behaved, they're well trained. That ain't the issue. The issue to me is when you go over to the grocery section, or if you're looking at like a shirt this color, like a dark shirt or a black shirt, and somebody's walked through that, even the clothing section where that shirt's at, you're gonna have pet hair on your brand new shirt that you ain't even paid for yet. And that I don't quite get. And I know that's pushing it extremely, but it happens. Not all the time. You're not going to see it all the time. But if you look, you'll see it. It's called service animal, not service, but people say their animals are support animals. Yeah. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not against pets. I'm not. I don't want the responsibility of a pet. Is the main reason why I don't have one. There's about, I don't know. Apparently, whoever lived in this house before fed cats, because I can watch this camera and you'll see the cats come from the streets at night around 10, 11 o'clock. They'll start coming up. And I don't know if they're going into the backyard. I don't know where they're going. I don't smell a strong odor of ammonia. I have not seen in the dirt, sandy area under the carport. I have not seen where they're pooping and covering it up. I don't know. But that's close enough for a pet for me. I don't mind them being around. They can keep the mice down. And if there was, I've not seen any snakes. So I don't know. I'm not against pets, but when you're around food and stuff, I just don't really agree with it. I wouldn't pitch a fit over it, but I just don't quite agree with it. We've seen a DoorDasher in our delivery area pick up a pizza, put it in his car, and his two big dogs leave them. When two big dogs leave them whilst he went to pick up another restaurant, whilst his dogs leap on the food. I remember you talking about that. That was back in the first of the summer, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I personally, if I did a Walmart order and I've got food coming in, I don't want to look out the window and there's a big old dog out there or a little poodle jumping back and forth. Cute little poodle. I'm not saying anything about them not being cute and fun and whatnot, and you want to pet them. I'm saying they're jumping back and forth with the food and the customers. It's not your food; it's the customer's food. And I don't know. I know that can ruffle a lot of feathers, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like I said, I'm not going to pitch a fit over it. I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to pitch a fit over it. But I just, y'all know me well enough. I'm easygoing. I don't want to. There's too many other things in life to stand up for and make a scene over something small. It's just not worth it. But I don't agree with it. So anyway, that was the terms of service that I had seen. Also, if y'all have not, I didn't actually get the email. I just was told about it. Well, the 21st. What was it? The 20. Where's that email? Branch Wallet. Yeah, January 22nd. I guess Branch is no longer going to be our where we get our money. Let's see. Can I share? Can I share a same? I could open that up in a different tab. Open the sidebar. No. New tab to the right. No. I want a new window. Reopen. Close tab. Move tab to new window. There we go. Doot 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 doot. Present. Share screen. Window. There we go. Effective January 22nd, Branch Wallet will no longer be offered as an earnings account in Spark Driver app. If you're using the Branch Wallet, your account will be disabled until you update your earnings account. If you're not using the Branch Wallet, no action is needed. As far as I know, you had to use it, but now, yeah, they got it put right here. I seen it on Reddit a while back. I just didn't pay much attention. You will have the option to select a new earnings account, one or ACH. With one, you can receive same day earnings and other perks. If you need to make changes to your primary earnings account, you can do so by signing into your Spark Driver profile. I hadn't really read this email, it just was brought to my attention. So, yeah, I seen it on the Reddit a little bit about people switching over to that one one card or one bank or whatever it is. But anyway, I guess changes are coming, and I think Branch got in a big stink. I think there's a big lawsuit going on with them on overcharging people for transferring money and withdrawing money and whatnot. I switched to the one card when it came out. Haven't used Branch since then. I hadn't paid much attention to it. I'm still on Spark, and that may, since those terms of services just came out, they may not enforce anything for several months. I don't, as far as that goes, but it's something to think about, and I've got to think about it too because I don't do Spark much. I bet I haven't done maybe one or two orders a week now. And I'm mainly just doing it to pay the credit card that I had to put my tires on. So I just like to make enough money to pay for that. Sundays is usually pretty good, but even Sunday here was awful. And that brings up something else for those who are doing Spark more regularly than I am. I've heard in the past in other places that Uber was picking up Spark orders, but when I was on Uber, I never saw a Spark order, and I was on it for like 3 years. Never saw a Spark order, a Walmart order. However, I know during the Black Fridays and all that, and special deals days and all that, they had Uber delivering Walmart, and now I kind of questioning, is the reason why Spark drivers here are not getting as many offers as we're used to is because now they're assigning them to Uber? What's y'all's thoughts? I mean, do y'all think there's something to that? I don't honestly know. It just, something happened to all the orders here because usually right before Christmas, it's, you can make bank however long you want to work. You can continue to make money. There was no money to be made, but people was picking up orders. This over where they get loaded, it was packed all the time. So I don't know if Uber is putting their hands into it too, and it makes sense from a business point. If you can get an Uber driver to do a Walmart delivery for $4 or $5 versus a Spark driver for $7 or $9, who are you going to pick? I just logged in Spark. I've had it about 2 years now. I've never done anything with it, and I've seen any offers worth doing. I'm still on there. Well, that's good. And like I said, it might not start for a while. That's just in the terms of service. Now, if you're inactive, they can deactivate you. It didn't say how long you have to be in there. You would think 2 years would be plenty. I figured they probably give you 2 or 3 months anyway. But it seems like DoorDash or Uber used to do that. If you didn't log in for like 6 months, they would deactivate you. Seems like I remember watching a video, somebody doing a video on that. I don't really remember. Oh, they're checking. Where are you at, Gators? Gators Playground. By that name, I would say Louisiana or Mississippi or somewhere, but first one was in Denver, and it was a laugh. Oh, I ran 2 Walmart orders in Uber besides Black Friday. Well, I know used to people was talking about getting Walmart orders through Uber, but I got deactivated from Uber last year, and I had done it for about 3 years before that. I never got a Walmart order, and that was here. They should check IDs. They really ought to. I know there for a while they started doing it, and then there was some people saying that it was discriminatory and all this and that. But now they have it in their terms of service or terms of use that they can't, even those loaders can check your ID. And I'm 100% for it. It's a little redundant if they check the same person over and over and over and over because they know you. You go to the same Walmarts all the time, they're going to know who you are. But if they're not sure, or if it's a new loader, just show them your ID. Be happy that they are checking it. Maybe Walmart is switching again. Walmart's API is tied in with several vendors. I think Roadie, I've seen some Roadie orders for Spark or for Walmart, but it was ridiculous pay. And if they're sending it to Roadie, it's probably going to be like the big TVs and big stuff. But it was only paying like $12 for 28 miles and some junk like that. That's the way Roadie operates here now. Grubhub used to do that. Oklahoma. I'm about 6 miles from Oklahoma. Actually, not even that far. Probably about a mile, 2 miles. Tulsa area. Well, I'm a long ways from there, though. His friends was, okay. Okay, that's cool. Friends with Jason. It's probably because they never seen me before I was asking the store in Oklahoma. Yeah. Well, they I'm assuming Walmart's even hard on their loaders because used to I would see the same loaders at the stores all the time. And now seems like about every second or third time I go to a Walmart, it's new loaders or different loaders. It could just be coincidence, but they run through the loaders pretty quick. Roadie, Uber, and Bungie? Never heard of that one. But is that an L or a Bungle? I don't know. Never heard of that one. We are supposed to be getting a Amazon warehouse built out here, between here and Wichita Falls. I think they said it would be finished by the end of 25. So we could possibly have Amazon Flex here. Isn't it Flex? Amazon. Yeah, it's Flex, isn't it? Most loaders hate their job and transfer out or quit. Yeah. I have seen 2 loaders over at the store that's in the main part of town, the main store, and they was in there stocking. That's all they did. They got off of doing the loading. Walmart can't keep up. I don't know what the loaders make, but yeah, I regularly see 20 to 25 for 1 to 17 miles on Roadie for Walmart. That's, depending on where it's going, that's not horribly bad. I know you got to, but I think Tulsa, I've only been on the outskirts of Tulsa. It may be a nightmare when you get in town. But here, the Walmart that I mainly deal with, it's 11 miles to this where I live, and it's 10 miles to another little town. And I realize that that's 20 miles or 22 miles round trip, but it's easy. No stopping. You get on the highway and boogie. Get better gas mileage. No stop and go. And that's what wears your car out is all the stop and go in town. So I don't mind the higher mileage if it's on the highway. Hello, Mary. Bungie is how it said. Bungie. Oh, okay. Oh, here you go, Gator. I'm doing better on all things DoorDash earned by time. I'm doing better on all things. Wow. I tried that earn by time. When it first came out, I thought when you logged in, you started earning money. Well, I found out real quick that ain't the case. And there was only like 2 restaurants here that ever took any time that you had to wait around on, and that would be the only way I would see how earn by time would be worth it because the earn by time orders I saw didn't pay as good, but you didn't have to worry about the wait time. But like I said, we only had like 2 restaurants here that were slow. You might spend 30, 40 minutes waiting on an order. I have 3 Walmarts within 4 miles of my house. Wichita Falls has 3 Walmarts, period. They're the one that I go to is about, it says 11 miles. You know, when you're at that Walmart, when you're delivering back to Burke, it's 11 miles is what it shows, 11.2, something like that. I've never actually measured it, but it's all highway, 75 miles an hour. I know it's crazy. I refused to try it until this past week. That's good. Bungie moves furniture and oversized items for Walmart and same Lowe's orders. I think that's what the roadie ones do here. Exactly, I have certain restaurants and every tea is good. With the horrible traffic and long lines, I thought it might be worth a try. Well, yeah, and that could be true too. I hadn't thought about that. See, Wichita Falls, that 98% of the time, there's no traffic issues. It don't matter what time of the day. 5 o'clock, it gets a little busy on a couple of the highways in town, but nothing bad at all. You couldn't pay me to live in the Dallas Metroplex area. Ain't no way. If I did live there, if I was doing what I'm doing now, it might not be so bad because I don't have to get out. I need to, but it's not an absolute have to at the moment. It may get that way. I'm not going to get, probably not going to get to go to the flea market in this month or next month. 28 for a high or 28 for a low Friday night, which means it's going to be Saturday morning, 28 degrees. I just don't know if I want to be at a flea market when it's 28 degrees. I just don't think anybody will be there. March looks like the first time, and that'll cost me about 500 a month, 400 or 500. But anyhow, I'm doing well with the proxy picks and just don't have the time to do any food deliveries right now. I keep thinking I'll get back into DoorDash, etc. Man, if you couldn't make it on proxy picks, I wouldn't fool with it. Food. I'm. I think these. Of course, with one app dropping out, another one will come in. But I think a lot of them are. What is that? Chewing off. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, or something like that. However, that old saying is, they're burning their bridges because a lot of people are wising up. And they're not taking, a lot of people are not taking crap. You're still going to have people taking crap, but I like Rocky Picks occasion, a little while in toast. I wish I got more Proxy Picks here. I would see one a week, maybe 2 a week, and I haven't seen any lately. On the hunting cameras. No, I don't want to dig your hunting cameras. Hunting cameras. So that trail cam. We have like 5 apps that run Lowe's here. I've not seen any. I've never been on any app that had Lowe's. Home Depot, yes. Spark does Home Depot, but Roadie does also. Now, so don't you mean the construction metro? Yeah, it's a nightmare down there. We was just at Plano the 21st of December. Yeah, it, it's crazy. I do, in the evening times, the traffic's horrible. And I'm on like 16 amps. Wow. I think about 8 was at one time was about the highest I ever got. Calling for 60 inches of snow Sunday here. Wow. I'm not coming up there. Biting off more than making chew. Yeah. I'm just doing 3 right now. Go share it. Well, y'all got definitely some different apps up there. But Tulsa's a lot bigger than Wichita Falls. I don't think any snow is coming here. Mostly do prescriptions with Rhodey. That's what I used to do with Rhodey. I think I made the comment one time on one of Pedro's lives, and I was talking about that. And he was like, I wouldn't get up for no amount of money at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But when you live a mile from that pharmacy that's in the 24 hours grocery store, and that delivery is like 45, 50, 60 bucks, and it's only about 6 miles to the nursing home, you're talking 14 miles in about 30 minutes for 50 or 60 bucks. You bet you I'm going to get up. Half the time I was up anyway. But even when I was living closer, I don't see them anymore. I guess they finally got their stuff together and started getting their orders in before closing times. The RNs and the nurses can't leave to pick up a prescriptions. Anyhow, Tim, I don't think we have any snow coming here. Mostly do prescriptions. Tulsa hasn't said how much snow yet. I think we're supposed to miss all of it. Let's see, Sunday. It's going to get cold. I know that. 19 degrees Sunday night, but Saturday a 24% chance of rain. 62 for a high, 34 for a low. Sunday, 40 for a high, 19 for a low, but just windy. That's going to be miserable if it's windy and that cold. 1%, 4%, 10%. So apparently it's going to fizzle out before it gets down here. Good, I have the news on, but the weather guy talks fast, but all I understand was the temp below freezing. I don't think snow is coming here either. We don't really get much snow. I mean, several years ago, 10, 11 years ago, we had the biggest snow we've had here since I was a kid. And you get 3 inches of snow, 3 or 4 inches of snow, Wichita Falls shuts down. People around here do not know how to drive. They already don't know how to drive anyway, most of them. And they're teaching their kids how to drive when they don't even know how to drive. But anyway, we just luck out. And actually, the Dallas, the construction area down there, they get more ice than we do, and they're south of us. It's just Wichita Falls is just dry. There was, I know that was directed at Lisa, but there was I believe he was on TikTok or something. A at-home weatherman with some really awesome looking software though for radars and stuff like that and forecasting modules or whatever you call it. And he was talking about Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida. Of course, it'd probably be up in the Panhandle in Florida, But he was talking about a big snow storm in mid or late January. The models was looking at that. So that'll be interesting. They shut down the stores. When I was a kid, we used to get some decent snow, but I'm not a big climate, on that bandwagon and the heating and all that. But I have lived long enough that I can say that in this area, we used to get, from what I remember, I could be remembering wrong, but we used to get more snow than what we're doing now. It used to seem like, if I remember right, it would snow 3 or 4 times a winter. It might not stick and it may not accumulate much, but we always got snow. And now we really don't. I mean, with that being 19 degrees come Sunday, that might be the coldest we get all winter. I doubt it, but it could be. But then we've had single digits and a couple of below zeros. But the weather just is different than now than what it was back in the 60s and 70s. I remember getting snows in Lawton 2 or 3 times a year between 02 and 07. That's crazy. Lawton even gets a little more snow. I don't know if it's, those little mountains over are not that big, so I don't think they're going to affect it. But the way it comes out of Colorado and comes across Oklahoma, it could, because, we're going to get that Gulf flow pushing up. Colorado's coming this way. So Lawton, Chickasha, Oklahoma City, they're going to get more. I know Oklahoma City gets quite a bit, or they used to anyway. My home is support to see a foot or more. Used to walk to school in 4 feet of snow drifts back in the 60s in Michigan. I bet. But then, Michigan got real weather. I mean, well, all the northern states, Chicago. I guess Chicago does. I always saw, on TV. I guess Steve was on here at 5:39, and he must have went to bed or something. Y'all talking about all the snow. We had talked about going up there and doing some snow. We call them snowmobiles. I really want to do that. Now the sheets get the day off. Was there anything else that I was going to try to cover tonight? Oh, it's 10 after 10. I'm running behind, ain't I? I just noticed that, Tim. And I got a clock right there. Have a good one, Tim. Stay warm and stay safe. Heck with those catering orders. If y'all get some bad weather, heck with it. That pickup's not going to do, that. It ain't going to do too good on it. They have to put you back when I had to pick up. Luckily, I worked with the city, and I'd get sandbags and put in the back. And before that, I put a couple of hay bales in the back. Just get some weight in that rear end. Anyway, y'all, so that was kind of the terms of use updates. I mean, there's a lot more, but that was the main ones that stuck out to me. The one that really kind of concerned me is them saying that you don't have to take any order you don't want to. And that's always been kind of a question on all these apps. Of course, DoorDash, now everybody knows if you don't take the orders, you're not going to get orders. But Spark has it in there that you don't have to take them. However, your other metrics make a difference. And you're not going to get deactivated because you don't take orders, but somebody that's got a higher acceptance rating might actually have priority. But we will see. Apparently, they're not enforcing any because y'all are still on Spark and ain't had done Spark, but in a while and still active on it. I guess they're not enforcing that. But I got the terms of use on the 20 or Monday, whatever Monday was, the 31st or the 30th, somewhere in there. I'm glad you mentioned the ID part. Yeah, I'm hoping to have my truck back from the shop before a big snow, but it will sure test out their real. Well, hopefully you got a 4x4 if you will be up there playing in the snow. I know when I had my Yukon, it did really good in the snow. It don't have any weight in the rear. It's got a little more weight in the pickup, but it was all-wheel drive, and it did good. My Infiniti, it was all-wheel drive. It did great. But I've got that, what is that, a Maxima now, and it's just front-wheel drive, so I don't. And this driveway here is like this. So it's gravel. So if we get some snow on that and it melts and then it freezes and it's ice, I don't know if I'll be able to get up this little driveway. I have to back in because it's concrete where under the carport, but it's gravel up to it. But the gravel's wore down, and if I pull forward in, I drag a high center, and if I back in, I don't high center. So my Subaru is good. And so again, Subarus are supposed to be really, really good. And I don't know how it is now. And I think me and Ray had talked about that before when he was looking for a vehicle. The rental is a 2-wheel drive Ram. Better get some cinder blocks, sandbags, something. Anyway, Subaru is supposed to have the best all-wheel drive transmission out of all makes and models. I don't know if that still stands true. That was a few years ago when I was reading up on all that. I'm hopefully Amazon stays good for me and continues to get better. And now I might make a little bit of YouTube money on the other channel. So maybe between that and the YouTube money, or between Amazon, YouTube money, and selling some of this stuff, I may only get out if I want to get out. That's what I'm hoping for. They're still number one with their all-wheel drive system. I think I made 135 mil. I'll tell you what, my Spark check, you made a lot more than I did. I can tell you that. Let's look. Earnings. Right now, I'm at $16.58, and this is Thursday. Last week, I was at $34.83. The week before, $40.43. Week before that, $96. Week before that, $76. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's horrible. Horrible. I am so glad. If I got out there and really hustled, I could probably, $400 or $500 a week, and that's all I'd have to make that. And that's eating beanie weenies and ramen noodles, but you're a long ways from monetized. All-wheel drive is different, but I like it. I like the all-wheel drive in that Yukon and that Infiniti. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, I'm dashing Grandpa right now, Oh, I'm live. I didn't get a notification that I was live, I don't think. Every time I go live on the review channel, I get a notification that I'm live. Where are we at? Why did that say? Why is that? I thought you could click on the little three buttons and it would bring up. There. I was trying to bring up your channel, Gator, but why? I thought you could click on those three buttons and it would bring it. You could visit the channel. May 260 on proxy picks today, another 100 for tomorrow. Booked assignments. Who knows what else will come in whilst we're out. That's good. Well, thank you, Lisa. I thought you could click the little three dots and it would bring it up. Anyway. Gator's Playground. Cool. Well, I'll be number 69. Well, it's not even letting me. No, everything I'm clicking on. Is it? Let me put it over here for a minute. See if that makes a difference. It shouldn't. It's not letting me click on anything. It keeps saying I click on the three dots, report and block. But I thought used to you could. Yeah, I must be losing my mind. I don't know what's going on. Yes. One of the things I have learned on YouTube, and you know, is do it because you want to do it. Because if I just subscribe to your channel, Gator. All right, good deal. If you're doing YouTube to make money, you're probably not going to succeed because you're going to get frustrated and you're going to wind up quitting. But if you're doing it because you enjoy editing the videos, making the videos, and sharing your experiences, whatever, whether it's gig apps or whether it's collecting coins or gun collections, knife collections, whatever it is, if you enjoy doing that, it's worth it. But you got to be doing it for the, in my opinion, you got to be doing it for the right reasons. And I know there's some people that get lucky and they're doing it. They go in there to make the money and they get lucky and they do make the money, but that's just not very often. Hello, Krista Ray. I lose my mind often. I lose mine all the time. Luckily, I live in a small house, so I can find it occasionally. Oh, I definitely do it because you enjoy it. Yeah. That's fun. That's getting. Yeah, that's just it. And I've also, one of the other things that I have learned over the years of being around and doing YouTube is there is no one particular thing that's going to make it happen. You know, it's a combination of a bunch of different things, and they have. One thing is to start, but they all have to start coming together. You know, thumbnails, titles, descriptions, editing, and there's some people that can make it without editing, but there's more people that make it with editing than making it without editing. I think that made sense. Everything, a bunch of little factors go into it, and having the right people around to kind of help you out too helps a bunch too. Anyway, I haven't begun to attempt editing. I don't know how some people do it on their phones. I've tried to do a little bit. I know like Tim uses CapCut, and but I think he does some on his desktop too. I don't know. I use Wondershare Filmora, and there's some free ones out there too. Filmora is free if you don't mind the watermark. That's just me. I know some people use that phone for everything, and me, I'm trying to figure out how to spread it to make it bigger. But when you make it bigger, you can't scroll over. Like when you're looking at your analytics on the phone, man, that's a nightmare. I do have a little tablet that helps, but as long as I've got a computer or a laptop or something, that's where I'm going to do my editing. Android Discord, keeping the drivers connected makes me happier than YouTube. If that's what makes you happy, that's what it's all about. Helping each other and being as happy as you can be, because the way I look at it is help people where you can and try to be happy yourself. Now I just don't feel the need to. I know there's some YouTubers that even do Amazon reviews. They don't edit nothing. They might pause it here and there. That takes some skills. I get tongue twisted and then I make fun of myself when I'm making a video. If y'all ever saw me making a video, y'all would probably have to go change your underwear or something, because I can chew myself up one side and down the other and smile while I'm doing it. Call myself stupid. And what are you talking about? And that's stupid. Nobody cares about that. And I get tickled at myself when I'm editing. Thinking you're a moron or a goober. Random bloopers coming soon. Oh, I've made a bunch. I did do a couple of videos. I don't remember if it was on Dashing Grandpa or Grandpa's Random. I think it was Dashing Grandpa. I did add a couple in there, but I've made some. There are so many things I would like to do, but I don't have time. Right now, I'm sitting at what 680, 690 videos. I don't know, a bunch of videos on Amazon and on the review page, and I don't know if the links are still valid because some of them was from last year, and they may just be dead links, and I don't have time to go check them. So I know there's been a few because occasionally somebody will comment on something, and when they comment on one of the older reviews, I go ahead and check the link, and I've had to update some of them, and some of them I've had to find an item that was just like it, not exactly it, but just like it, and I'll change that. But it's bad when there's money to be made and you just don't have time to make it. But that was part of my New Year's thing that I'm going to try to do is time management. And if y'all feel so inclined, when we get off here, or you can flip over if you want to, Go to Grandpa's Random Reviews, and on that live stream from last night, write down in the comments something that you want to change. And not necessarily a goal. I mean, a goal is ultimately it, but something that you want to change in your life this year. And write it down, because if you're like me, you're going to forget it. But if we write it down and get it in there, we can go back next year and look and see if we did it. And you ain't got to tell anybody if you succeeded in it or not, but you know yourself, or even just write it down yourself. I just thought it'd be cool if it was written on there and we could go over them. And I could say, hey, Ray, did you learn to do your time management? And then Ray will say, why, Mike, did you learn to do yours? Or did you do yours? Whatever. And I'll say, no. But hopefully I will say yes. 699 subs. What a day. LOL. That's great. I just fall asleep on some live shows that quite funny to see. But remember, Ray, you were going to start going to bed or going in the house. Not from last night. Oh, was that mine? Oh, yeah, it is. Hey, I know that guy. Boy, he's an ugly looking fella, isn't he? He's working on his background though. That's looking a little better. I do like my clock back there. My mom got me that clock for Christmas. But yeah, y'all put down there in the comments. So Tim's got one. Pin a comment asking what people's goals are. Okay, good idea, Tim. I know you're not here, but it is a good idea. I can't pin a goal, can I? No, I'll have to log into that channel. But yes, that's a good idea. I need to pin that up at the top. Have y'all watched Tim's reviews like on the tripods? He does a heck of a job, really. He's getting there. Is Dashing Grandpa? Yeah, he's subscribed to Mary's. I knew Grandpa's Random Reviews was, but you know what? I do have Dirty Shoes Adventures. I bet they're not subscribed to it. I can hit you in 700 right now. Let's see. Log out of this account. Switch account. Dirty Shoes Adventures. There's 895 subscribers on that channel. Crap, where did that link go? Oh, well, I can just copy and paste. Bam. Should be at 700 now. I'm getting to sleep earlier, not because of staying up for Ray on. He is, no. Hell, yeah. I got to get off here. I have a shower head edit I got to do. The shower, I guess that's what, yeah, the shower head. Because they sent it to me, and then I've got a little plastic container. I'll have that review out pretty soon because I got to do it. But it's got like a grater on the top of it, and I thought it was really cool. That's a keeper. But then I got a dash cam too. That dash cam is going to be really cool. It's just I've been putting it off, and that one's a paying video. I need to get it done, but it's got like AI in the dash cam. So anyway, I got to get that shower head edited and get the China dolls taken care of. I don't even remember what they had asked me. Oh, they wanted pictures of that desk. Anyway, got time for bed. Have a good night. I'll be going to bed soon. Getting chilly in here again now. Have to crank up this heater. Have a good evening. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me and making me feel like I'm somebody. Everybody's somebody. Just to somebody sometimes. Anyhow, appreciate y'all coming by, and y'all have a great night. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something because you're going to grow old if you don't. And make sure you go over to Grandpa's Random Reviews. And if you want to subscribe, most of you probably already have. If you want to subscribe, that's great. But mainly put down there in the comments something that you want to improve on in 2025. And we'll go back and look at it next year, Lord willing. And anyhow, y'all have a great night, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. See y'all next week, hopefully. Good night, y'all.